What's that say? Pokemon. So I actually went through and played my first Pokemon Nuzlocke recently, and I just want to share that story with you. And after playing this, I have a newfound appreciation for Nuzlocke runners, because it was admittedly a little harder than I initially anticipated. If you don't know how a Pokemon Nuzlocke works, basically if a Pokemon faints, it's dead, and you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter on each route. And also, just to add a little bit of an extra thing, I've been known to play a randomizer before, so we went ahead and threw that one in too. In this specific Nuzlocke, I'm going to be running on Pokemon Sword and Shield, because, well, I like that one. And let's get started. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. That means it's done. Okay, so maybe the first attempt didn't go as planned, and maybe I didn't get very far on my first run, but you know what, we just don't count that. That one doesn't matter, okay? Okay, so attempt number 2. So to start our adventure, Hop stops by my house and says to meet me at his home. I quick grab my bag, eager to see what awaits me at his place. Leon's home, and with him he brings 3 starters for our adventure. He has Toxel, Pawniard, and Esper. And if you have seen my Pokemon Sleep video, God forbid, I went on a 1.5-minute tangent about how much I love Toxtricity, so this choice is obvious for me. I just so happen to get the Toxel that will become the basis Toxtricity, so I went ahead and named her Dee Dee. Not after the Dexter character, but after one of the best fucking punk bassists on this planet, Dee Dee Ramone. Now, as much as I would love to use a Ramones clip here, I'm not gonna do that for pretty obvious reasons, I feel. And now it's time for a horrifying battle. You see, Hop gets 2 Pokemon in this first match, so this one's gonna be tough, but luckily the run doesn't officially start until I get my Pokeballs, so, you know, it's fine, but this man absolutely ruined me. But I can use this burning passion he's given me. This will be my driving force to send Hop to the depths of hell where he belongs. In the midst of trying to overcome my bitterness, Hop and I head over to the forest in town to see the legendary Pokemon, who is actually just the normal guy. I think this is because this whole section is scripted, and I wouldn't normally make that assumption, but every Pokemon leading up to this event was also vanilla. I assume that if I come back here later, it might be different. I honestly don't know. It's also probably important to mention that since this is a randomizer, I'm going to be actively avoiding the Pokemon that I see in the overworld because it doesn't really matter. I like the idea of having the random element of the ones I see in the tall grass, so this is tall grass exclusive catching. Eager to start catching Pokemon to fill my team with, I quickly head to Route 1 where we find a Scorbunny, which I thought was kind of funny. I try to make this random to avoid getting these common Pokemon, but you know what? This little girl is a welcome addition to the family anyway. I name her Sterling, and we continue with the journey. I meet up with what should be everybody's favorite professor, and she gives me my Pokédex, which is completely useless to me, but still a gift from her is one worth cherishing. Trying to keep thoughts of Sonia out of my head, I quickly head to Route 2, where I catch my 3rd Pokemon, being a Ralts that I name Henry. And to be honest, with 3 friends on my team, I'm feeling pretty unstoppable at the moment. Okay, so maybe I've gotten a little sidetracked, but God, fashion is a necessity, okay? Don't judge me. Sure, I could have spent money on stuff that might be useful, but now I have a Shuckle t-shirt, so I think my priorities are completely in line. We run into our first trainer battle, and I think this is the scariest part of the game. Regardless of what this child pulls out, I cannot run away, so I'm locked in, and this is truly a horrifying feeling. But I just kicked his Dino to death, and it's all good. Also, I want to say, the second trainer on Route 2 pulled out a shiny Scorbunny. It really feels like that I got Sterling, and she had the cooler Sterling. Then here comes Hop for round 2. I stomp his dusty croc in the head a couple times, make quick work of his Goomy with Henry, and ember his monkey to death. Okay, so Hop seems to have different Pokemon each time, so in my headcanon, it's that I just keep killing them all, and he's gotta run out and get new ones. And honestly, it's what he deserves for being the worst rival in the franchise that I know of. After completely ruining Hop's career, I head straight for the Wildlands, where I just skip over everything because I'm scared. I don't remember what level these Pokemon are, so please don't judge me. Town is safe, okay? Town is where I can get fashion. Red hair, Poliwag shirt, green varsity jacket, and oh, that jacket cost all of my money. Ball guy. Team Yell is being a little sus, who would have guessed, but then Hop joins in and I'm forced to fight alongside my mortal enemy. But they did end up giving me enough money to go back and buy these pants, so I'll get over the mental anguish of standing next to this man. I went ahead and gave myself the number 1 just for my own personal foreshadowing because me becoming the champion is inevitable. But before I start my gym run, I need to grind a bit, so I looked up the levels in the wild area and got to work. I find a Squirtle in the rolling fields and strategically wait for the hail to hurt it enough before I catch it, as in I just keep throwing balls until it works. With Oreo the Squirtle on my team, I'm starting to feel a little bit more well-rounded. I quick head over to the Doppled Grove and catch a Vulpix that I named Sasuke, who causes Sterling to evolve after I catch it, and then we have to keep on grinding. This gym challenge is not gonna be easy. Before Route 3, I run into Hop and, why does he have a full team? Where did he get all these guys so quick? Oreo takes out a few guys but gets fucking obliterated by Hyper Beam, and with this, if you don't count that first run, this is the first death we have on the team. Sasuke gets the same treatment as Oreo. It seems the Nine-Tailed Spirit couldn't save him here. Hope he continues to enjoy his ramen noodles in Pokemon heaven. Sterling gets revenge for the both of them, but Hop still has 2 Pokemon left. This is looking worse and worse as things keep going. Henry is taken down by the strongest little ball I have ever seen. Luckily, Hop's last Pokemon is an Ice type, so Sterling should be able to clean up from here. Okay, this absolute menace is out of the way, but I'm only left with my original 2, and I haven't even battled a gym yet. This is not going well. Henry, Oreo, Sasuke, you're lost, but not forgotten. But I guess I'm grinding again. You know, once Didi got to level 25, I was thinking, oh, you know what, maybe I'm a little too over-leveled. But Hop showed me that I was in for a rude awakening. Even though the Pokemon world is very cute and fun, it's also horribly cruel. I get Didi evolved and move back to Route 3 where I find a Mudbray, or should I say Dirt Boy. But Ground type is a fully welcome addition. I go into the cave since there's no grass in here, I'll just grab the first thing I see. So since I don't have a Water type anymore, because of, well, Oreo, I'll just quick snatch this fish up and... oh, okay, so we have Baroque the Sand Crocodile. There's no specific reason why I gave him that name, so let's just move on. And here he is. Okay, listen, Beatty, I just had a really rough time with Hop, so maybe you could go a little easy on me? He also has a full team. God fucking damn it. Okay, so Beatty wasn't that bad, actually. But I just want to take a brief moment to just admire Beatty's theme. We catch a Pancham that I named Jack Black and get ready for the first gym battle. And, oh no, not him again. Haven't you done enough damage already? Okay, he just wanted to talk. I'm sweating with fear. Before heading into the gym, I evolve Sterling for her final evolution, and I get on my way. This is it. My first gym battle. I'm entering this with full confidence, but he pulls out a level 36 Mudkip against Sterling, and it starts to dawn on me. Even with having a fully evolved Scorbunny, most of my team is still severely underleveled for Gym 1. Even though this Mudkip is still at a severe type disadvantage, I'm still struggling, so I go for an early Dynamax kill, but using this on the first Pokemon might be a mistake. He sends out a Trico, and with that, I get Sterling back out on the field for an easy one-shot, and luck seems to be on my side, because he sends out a Steel type next. But then tragedy strikes. The Pokemon I've had since the very beginning gets taken out by a Tri-Attack, and... honestly, this is, I think, the worst I've felt from a Pokemon death in this entire run. I sent out Dirt Boy in a bad attempt to use a Steel-type move, but the move actually raises defense. It wasn't even capable of dealing damage, so it wasn't going to be helpful. And instead of risking swapping in, I just felt it was best to let the old dirty guy go. And honestly, Jack Black and Baroque just don't stand a chance here, so it's all up to Sterling. She's able to take out Clefable, but Milo's next Pokemon is a Dragonite, and this is just not looking good. Sterling is stomped to death, and I can only hope for a miracle, but I don't think that exists here. Baroque is the next to go, and it's all on Jack Black, who's at a level and type disadvantage. Jack Black goes down, and just like that, it's done. But even after it was over, everything just felt off. I struggled to sleep that night, and honestly, I need to pay respects to the girl that was with me from the very beginning. So Didi, this one's for you. So, I brought all of you here today for the funeral. It's not for my dad.
No, obviously.
My Pokemon died.
Is that your dad?
Is that your
No, it was my dog.
dog?
Yeah.
You brought me out here to bury a Pokemon? A piece of paper Pokemon?
What's the problem?
I got a phone call at like 5 o'clock this afternoon, and he calls me frantically saying, I need you to come to this funeral. My dad's dead. Please come to this funeral. So I had to cancel all my plans to bury a piece of paper.
Well, I get that you're all upset. Can you please just help me?
I'm going home. I've got a long walk ahead of me.
Can you help me?
Yeah,
There ain't no need for that.
I told work I fell downstairs for this and broke my leg. I don't have stairs. And his dad's not dead, so I guess we're both liars.
You texted me, I was getting in the shower. So I called you stark naked, like, what are you talking about? And like, I was so livid.
I don't know why everyone's being so mean. He's clearly dealing with a lot of grief right now. I mean, maybe his dad's just small and purple and spiny. That's life, man.
So I finally got to bury Dee Dee properly, and surrounded by my friends and loved ones, I truly feel like we can be ready to move on from this. I just want to give a big thanks to my friends and my wife for coming out and helping me film that, and also double thanks to my wife for helping me with the script and just playing with me. We honestly had a good time, and don't you worry, this won't be the last one. There has to be a second attempt to make this right. But all that being said, thank you for watching, and consider a like and a subscribe. And I hate that I'm saying that. God, it's so cringe to me, but this is just how YouTube is.